So there I was, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary beings, about to welcome listeners to another celestial episode of Cosmic Crit, when I got a huge break in the case. Turns out PaizoCon, which had previously been cancelled, is going virtual this year. A real humdinger of a revelation. The annual game convention of all things Paizo, originally scheduled for Memorial Day weekend in Seattle, will fall back, regroup, and expand to 6 days of gaming at a safe social distance online, May 26th to 31st. These Paizo Palookas think of everything, don't they? The event will include seminars and live plays on Twitch, games that will be scheduled via Warhorn and run on a variety of virtual tabletop platforms such as Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, Astral, and D20 Pro. An official PaizoCon Discord server as a general hangout for congoers, plus blogs on PaizoCon.com, and more. Oh, that ever-enticing promise of more. By the time this message reaches you folks, a PaizoCon Online 2020 homepage, schedules, game registration, and more details will have gone live. Players can create a Paizo.com account and get an organized play number in preparation today. GMs can sign in at Warhorn. For more information, email PaizoConOnline@Paizo.com. Keeping it short this week, no more monkey business. So let's get back to brass tacks with more from me and my Midnight Squad chums in episode 133. Loachwurt and Stitch.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Collect those Wumpa fruit and spin attack through those boxes. It's time to attack the Insanity Beachhead on another thrilling adventure of Cosmic Crash Bandicoots. I'm your GM here, your gem mapping game master, aka Patrick Papu Papu, and joining me in an island of excitement and controller throwing frustration are my 5 friends and your player 2s. To my right, she's got 3 seconds to defuse a red crate of TNT. It's Rebecca rolling with Zinnia.
Hello.
Across from her, this badnik's got a heavy cannon and a pinstripe paint job. It's Drew delivering Echo 7.
Bring back those commercials.
To my right, guided by his guardian witch doctor mask floating over his shoulder, it's Tyler dredging up Devasho.
Just don't make me turtle jump across a bridge, Patrick.
You have to do 5 in a row. Across from him, this Ripperoo is going to rock you with a riotous razor-sharp sword. It's Gerbert, plain as dressed.
Hello again.
And finally, across the digital table from me, riding a wild hog through the jungle while fighting with his pistol, it's Miles mixing it up with Sprouts.
Good evening.
Guys, welcome back to the podcast. And Book 2, the increasingly difficult Book 2 of Attack of the Swarm.
Oh, yeah.
The Last Refuge. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Excellent.
A little
Patrick.
nervous.
I really hope that the first book instilled a great deal of dread. There's no escape now. You escape the planet. There's no getting off the ship. There's nowhere else to go. So you're going to have to deal with whatever is happening here.
I am fairly terrified.
Mm-hmm. In space, no one can hear you roll natural ones. Yeah. Oh, boy. Before we get back into it, I know we left on a cliffhanger. A very quick design note on the Terminus Wild. The command deck, where the captain's chair and those things, as well as the power core, is beneath the main deck of the ship. I think I mentioned last time you guys were climbing steps to the cargo bay, climbing down to them when in fact you're climbing them up. I'm just making a note here to yell at whoever designed this ship. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind at some point in the future.
Well, I'll send an angry fax if you forward me their information.
Well, it makes sense because the Terminus Wild it's like a pleasure cruiser. You know, it's mainly for the owner, not the pilot.
Sure.
Not the captain.
Yeah, I'm surprised they just don't have like a porthole to look out of the pilot. Just like
everything done by computers. You don't even need to. Transparent aluminum.
I have to say, I'm really sad that I didn't keep up with Avenue 5 because I feel like that's like what this is.
Yeah, no, if you guys have HBO, that's a pretty ingenious one. It really reminded me of Douglas Adams' kind of space story.
Yeah, it looks really, really fun. I'm really looking forward to checking out when HBO Max launches. That's how I'm going to watch most of all of my HBO this year.
Not a sponsor.
I'm actually a plant by HBO. H sent me.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. There's a lot of good TV to watch these days, but people
and we got nothing but time.
Yeah, people aren't there watching TV. They are listening to podcasts because it's great. You can do it and do something else at the same time. Our audio adventure. Before we get back into it, though, before we get back into the cliffhanger of last week, I need someone to remind us about the happenings of the bloody cargo bays that we saw. And for that, I'm turning to none other than Sprouts Marlowe to tell us what happened last time on Cosmic Crit.
If there's one thing they don't tell you in any school books or instructional holovids, it's how to relax when things start going your way. On the street, I can never rest. The only time when things are going to plan is when I'm pushed up, my back against the wall, blood dribbling down my cheek, and the universe about to throw a haymaker. Well, that's the situation we're in now. I might have taken the captain's chair and gotten us off that rock of Suscalon, but something's wrong aboard the Terminus Wild. Xantos Loachwurt isn't the end of my problems. He's just the beginning. Between him, a malfunctioning ship, and whatever horror awaits us in the hangar, at least I know why I never let my guard down, even for a second.
Yay, Sprouts Marlowe. So yeah, those are like the captain's log now. Almost. I imagine you're recording that real quick before you go out and deal with this.
Marlowe's log, stardate, something.
Marlowe's log. Right, yeah, and you guys were indeed investigating an alarm going off the rear of the Terminus Wild. In reaching the back of the ship, you're going down. No, you're going up through the engineering bay. And you guys can start popping into this room here via the stairs, the cargo bay that you just kind of gave a peripheral glance through as you loaded up the ship and made your way through the evacuation zone. As you start moving into the room here, indeed, where we last left off, you saw this dwarven evacuee screaming in pain on the ground, and through the haze here, only Trest was able to see inside one of those crates what seemed to have triggered this alarm. Jabert, as your character peers into the darkness, you see an ooze of some kind.
Mother of God.
Do you have life science?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. It is you can tell it is an ooze, or maybe a jello mold of some kind. What exactly that means, you're not sure, but it does mean that you can move in the surprise round, or take an action in the surprise round of this combat, as we are starting off this episode in initiative turn order.
All right, and that's it's that blue X right there.
Yeah, that's the direction that you see it, and I'm going to bring it over onto the map.
Okay, so it's right next to the burger batter.
How dare you butcher the name of Brattlebur Bilgebratter of the Brinoa Bilgebratters.
All right, let's see here. This would be a standard or a move action, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we should say that you did roll a natural 20 on your initiative, but you are not going first in the initiative turn order.
I'm sorry, did we not move into the room before this combat started?
I am literally in the way.
I thought he said to move into the room. I'm sorry, that's why.
You guys can move in a little bit here, but yeah, if you are marching in single file order, I think last time we said that Devasho was at the front, and Echo 7 and Sprouts were at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, if I've got a standard action, I think I'm gonna burn a resolve point here, and I'm gonna try to summon some magical energies together. And I sort of reach out and I sort of touch Devasho on his back, and I start pulling out energy. And I'm expecting like sort of a bright light to come out that I can project towards this oozy creature, but instead what comes out is this black shadowy thing of cold. It's very confusing, but I indeed launch it over at the guy, and I'm using my summon reinforcements ability.
Right, and burn in a resolve, you can do it as a standard, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I thought you just threw my soul at that thing. I was
right. Yeah. So so I'm just throwing this throwing the guy over there.
throwing a creature out, and it pops in right immediately after you cast it. What does it look like?
It is just sort of like this this thing that looks like this insubstantial, just shadowy, wispy thing. It's almost too hard to see. It can just sort of it can hide in plain sight. And it's got like the small sort of like red glowing eyes. So when it looks at you, it goes from looking like a strange smoke creature to all of a sudden having bright red eyes.
Oh, that's the coolest thing that's ever happened on this podcast.
And yeah, I'm going to bring it in sort of maybe about 5 feet back from this thing.
Okay. So we've got that on the board. Let's go into normal turn order, and I'm going to roll niche for the creature. First up in initiative turn order is Echo 7.
Well, I'm stuck at the back of the hallway, so
you can move through people.
Let me do
I
that.
don't know if he can move through me right now. I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yes,
he
he
move
can.
through Alice.
Well, but I'm squeezing. Normally I'm with you here, but I think if I'm just trying to squeeze through a space like I am currently, I don't know if he can get past me.
Sure. I don't know that there are specific rules about that. I've never seen one.
I would say if you knew that was the case, then I wouldn't say you go to another door, but you should at the very least pop out at the very beginning here, because we did have to have people at least like on everyone else like on the stairs to be able to do a perception check.
Okay.
So
that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that
over here.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't in the way and that we clarified that.
Well, you are in the way, but we still love you, Tyler.
Well, thank you.
So Echo 7, you're not actually in this hallway where we have your figures. Remind you guys are walking up the stairs from the engineering bay. So with that, it will take about maybe 10 feet of movement to get to where you have your icon now. What would you like to do, Drew?
I'm going to take a step out here, and as I'm doing so, draw my weapon. Because last time a slimy little goblin was there, it took control of me, and I don't like the look of this thing.
No, I imagine not.
And I'm going to take a shot with my azimuth artillery laser. And that's a 4 on the dice. Not going to do it with that.
No.
Well, it's a 11 in total. That will be a miss. But this is, it's just like a box. It's a oddly faintly green glowing cube here. And it's hard to miss, I will say, but it is kind of behind Brattlebur Bilgebratter, who starts kind of dragging himself away as you guys pop into the room, as well as it looks like he has a wound on his arm, where a lot of this blood is coming from. I should say from last week with the perception checks, both Echo 7 and Trest looking into the cargo bay can tell that these crates are broken here, and there's what looks like random parts of maybe batteries and firearms, as well as shards of this translucent glass-like material kind of strewn across the floor. And Tress, with your perception check from last week, you can tell that this ooze seems to have burst out from within one of these crates.
Smugglers, the worst kind of person.
I think you had heard something about Gar Malgero, the owner of this ship, indeed being into some pretty shady business practices.
Oh man, we're gonna have to put this ship to only lawful purposes from now on.
Zinnia, we are on to you next with 21.
All right, so can I fly up just a little bit and sort of hover above Echo and Trust's heads just so I can see in the room?
Yeah, so there's about a 30 foot of clearance if memory serves here in the cargo bay, so you can fly up like 10-15 feet and also see over some of these crates that are still in the room.
Okay, can I do that from where my token is right now, sort of still on the stairs?
Yeah, so just flying up maybe about 15 feet.
Yeah.
10,
okay.
Or about 10 feet, I think, is what you'll be able to do moving forward and up.
Yeah, I just want a clear shot. Okay, I am going to try to identify what this creature is.
Sure, that will indeed be life science.
Okay. Oh, that's a natural 1. That's a 12 with a DC of -5 to the xenobiology.
Oh, that's good. But that's bad. You have no idea what this is. Besides, I will say you can probably identify this as an ooze of some kind as well.
Okay.
Yikes! Bad start.
Not good. Not good.
Not gonna lie.
Since I already moved, can I still use my trick attack if I shoot at it?
Yes. I mean, I assume that you're doing that as part of your trick attack.
Yeah, I mean, I just mean because I did a life science check in the middle, but
yeah, the recall knowledges are free reactions.
Cool. So she's gonna take a shot from her place in the sky, or above everyone's head. They didn't go through. There it is. Okay. CR. Hold on. Is it dim or dark?
I think we're gonna call it dim here. Yeah. So.
Okay. So CR 16 or lower.
You guys have your lights out and things that might affect it.
But the attack is only a 9.
Ooh, no, 3 on the dice. That is a miss.
Usually oozes are the easiest thing to hit in game.
I'm looking at an EAC and a KAC. It's not super high here. It is kind of like bundled in this crate still, but that is a miss all the same. Trest, we are on to you. That is the scene that you see ahead of you. Brattlebur is looking pretty hurt on the ground, prone.
And charging rules are the same. You can't charge through an ally, right?
Yeah. He'll be difficult terrain for. And Echo 7 is ahead of you, so you wouldn't be able to charge through him.
Right. Yeah. Right. If he's standing in front of me, I can't charge through that square. All right.
Yeah. Right now you are maybe 30 feet away from
25. Would you like to guess what my move speed is? It's 20.
No.
Can we get Build-A-Bear Bear out of the way?
Build-A-Bear.
Get Build-A-Bear Workshop moving.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna step up here and I'll step up here, and I guess I don't have another. I guess I have a standard action, but nothing to do. So
there's a lot of debris on the ground if you want to sling something at them.
I suppose that's true. Yeah, I've got cantrips here. I've got a couple of cantrips here. Let me do a telekinetic projectile. I'll just grab some of this glass and just try to slash it right through the ooze.
Let's see what the dice say. Is glass this ooze's only weakness?
All right. I'm trying to remember how that. I think that's just a regular ranged attack.
Yeah, against KAC.
Yeah, 19 versus KAC.
That is a hit.
Ooh.
Well,
4 points of damage.
Yeah, baby.
All right. First damage on this thing. Thank goodness.
And shadow creature is gonna dive in. Zip zip.
So it's moving into the square of that ooze, correct?
Like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, I will say this guy hasn't gone in the initiative order yet. I did not make a perception check to see if they were kind of taken aback, if they didn't realize you guys were coming up the stairs. So let me do that now. We'll make this a pretty hard one. This is DC 15. This ooze. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little bit less. They have blind sight within vibration 60 feet, so this one's not gonna be too hard. Could roll low though. I didn't roll low enough. 5 on the dice. This is not flat-footed, so it will have its reaction attack. It's going to try and reach out, and you see a gelatinous arm kind of swat at the shadow creature as it moves into its square. And a 4 on the attack dice. What's the your summoned shadows KAC?
12.
Oh my, that's a hit.
Oh no.
All right, D4 of damage coming your way. 7 points of bludgeoning and fire damage.
All right.
It's gone.
Yep.
Just wisps out of existence. Okay, goodness gracious. I will say, as you move, you're about 10 feet away from this ooze now. The environmental protections on your SDF armor start pinging rapidly. As you are standing in low radiation right now, your armor is absorbing it. But you saw the shadow creature boil in radioactivity as it got blasted out of existence here as well.
Mm.
Okay, that is your turn, Trest, which means Nope, it's my turn. Oh, bad things. Bad news bears. Because there's not a ooze, nor a radioactive ooze of any sort here. There's 2 of them.
What?
There's 2. Let me get this other one on the map. He just kind of pops out of this box over here.
Oh, thank goodness that one's closer to him.
And it's almost equidistant because of the boxes, how they're arrayed here between where Echo 7 and Sprouts is and Devasho. I'm going to roll a d6. This might be, my retroactive glasses are not 2020 prescriptions. I think this might be one of the more important rolls of this season. So I'm going to roll a d6. 1, 2, 3 is going to go towards Echo 7. 4, 5, 6 Devasho. Oh no. I've rolled a 2, and it is indeed going to move over here to Echo 7 and Sprouts Marlowe. Oh no, guys. Bad news bears. So this one is moving up on you, Trest, and another one pops up behind you. I need the 3 of you, Echo 7, Trest, and Sprouts, to all go ahead and make me a very important fortitude save for radiation poisoning.
Oh no, it's my worst one.
This is medium radiation poisoning, and that's DC 17. Now, mind you, your armor gives you a +4 to that. +4 to all radiation. Sprouts, natural 18. Echo 7 and 18, so like 22. Those are both passes, and Trest. Oh no, Trest. An 8 on the dice. That is 14, and that is going to be a fail.
Oh no.
It's been a while since we've had these rules, and boy, oh boy, are they horrific. I was kind of joking around with you guys that this is, I was joking around, this is like a super dangerous fight. Anytime radiation is in effect, it is sickeningly difficult to track and hard. This is the Constitution poison track, Jabert, and you are moving from healthy to weakened. The main thing weakened does is it gives a -2 to just about everything Constitution related. In addition to that, Echo 7, Sprouts, and Trest all take 7 points of damage from the poison, even if you saved.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much. And does that take into account our armor mitigating any of that, or?
Yeah, the armor does nothing against your skin kind of boiling. I guess in your case, maybe metal plating becoming radioactive here. That damage is just for any poison. You take the DC -10 in damage on the initial contact, whether you save or not. Great. I won't sugarcoat things. These poisons aren't terrible unless you remain within the aura for extended periods of time, because if you go down, Jabert, another rung on that Constitution track to impaired, I think is the next one, that's when the disease, radiation sickness comes into play, and that is, straight up just a PC killer. So FYI, they move up, and that's not all of their turn, believe it or not. They also get to make an attack, which they are going to do. Oh, good. Yep, so each of them is going to strike out. Once again, I'm going to 1, 2, 3 Sprouts and 4, 5, 6 Echo for this one. Echo 7 is going to try to hit you. Let's roll that first. What's your KAC, Drew?
19.
That is a fail. I rolled a 9 on the dice. Whew. And the same thing's going to happen with Trest. Did I roll the dice? Yes, I did. Here it comes. A 9 on that as well. Are you similarly heavy KAC, Jabert?
Yeah, I've got 15.
That's not,
KAC is 17.
KAC of 7. Oh, thank goodness. A 9 though is going to be a hit on that one. Oh boy. And another D4 plus 4, 6 points of damage to Trest. As it just wham slams into you, and you can kind of feel the wound burning, like an unnatural burning sensation as it cracks open your chitin. That is their turn. Sprouts Marlowe, we're on to you.
All right. So how far is their area effect?
Great question. Do you have life science?
Try.
Don't roll a 1. That would be my suggestion on this roll.
It's a 10.
Oh no, that's not gonna be enough. At the very least, you know that you're being affected by it standing within 5 feet right now.
Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna point my blaster at it, and I'm gonna pop further into the hangar, kind of just below, kind of the middle of the room.
So you're trying to move past it.
Mm-hmm.
So doing so is going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh, you're marking it as your target, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Letting you off this time, Marlowe. With a warning. I hate operatives so much. You sneaky little plant investigator. So you're moving kind of behind it, and you see.
Yeah, he's just kind of like he hops off of Echo and kind of just around him, and is going to shoot with his static pistol. Okay, it's CR 10 or lower.
That is a success on the trick.
A 12 on the dice.
Against its, is this just EAC? Your
I think so.
Static pistol?
Yes.
Yeah, it's EAC.
Yes, that is a hit.
All
and
right.
a huge one as you see the electricity surging, and from this small wound you open up in its back, electricity arcs out through the entirety of this thing. Just and it kind of starts melting down. How much damage did you do here?
8 attack from the trick attack, and it's also flat-footed, and 4 from the blaster, so that's 12 points of damage.
Okay, it looks like it actually does more than that, as this thing is nearly fried in one hit. Yeah, it is reduced in size by more than half, and you see about half of its mass just kind of slough off into a sickening but dark green puddle now. It's like lost its luster.
Sprouse doesn't surprise easily, but he is definitely kind of taken aback by how that happened.
Yeah, your tiny little pistol just nearly KO'd this thing.
He's just looking at it like, eh?
That's the Sprouts. You love them. You're captain. maybe making you guys survive this fight. We'll see. Devasho, bottom of turn order. Tyler.
Woohoo! Jabert, how's trust looking?
It hasn't gotten through my SP yet.
Okay. Patrick, can I know there are some crates here, but this slime is 10 feet away from Devasho right now. This ooze, sorry, I didn't mean to call it a slime. This ooze is 10 feet away, unless you think those boxes are in the way.
It kind of looks like Slimer.
Yeah. Would you rule that I can bash this thing from where I'm currently positioned?
You can. It'll have a +2 bonus to its AC, though.
Okay. Let's still try it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good
that way I can at least get an
places for you to stand and not kind of be squeezing or in other people's way here.
It's difficult. So move action to form the shield, and then let's punch away. And I've rolled an 18 on the dice.
Ooh, that is super hits.
Almost 24. I'm assuming is going to hit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Minimum damage, 11 points of damage.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, that is enough. And you bring your shield down and just flatten this thing like a pancake, and goop explodes in every direction from your bludgeoning attack. And it is no more. It is very dead. That's good. That's good for, that
me.
party over there.
Yeah, Devasho feels invigorated. He hasn't really dispatched something in a long time. He's felt more like a hindrance. So this is a boost to him.
Celebrate good times. Come on, everybody.
Maybe this dark influence is a positive thing.
We are done with turn 1, and we're back to top of turn 2. Echo 7, we're on to you.
Echo 7 is going to move to the southern part of the room.
Mm-hmm. Moving past the now dead ooze.
Yes, and while making that move, I want to swap weapons to my my hail cannon.
Sure. So you can drop your other one as free action and pull that one out as you move. So you did have a fire weapon before, and now you're switching on up.
Switching up to cryo. Hope that maybe seems like fire and something that gives off radiation wouldn't really combine, but I don't know.
If only someone had rolled that life science check, we'd probably know these things.
Echo Center's furiously Googling, or space Googling.
Spoogling.
Let's take a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Natural
yeah.
20.
Hey, awesome job. We know what's happening here, though, right, Drew?
They're
No,
immune.
is it crit immune?
Oh, come on. You got to know about them ooze immunities. Them ooze immunities. We've been playing this game too long. They are, of course, immune to critical hits. Boy.
I feel like this is the second time this has happened to me in this campaign.
Boy. Yeah. So unfortunately, not a critical hit, but that'll hit. That'll do. How much damage did you do there?
7 points of damage. Do I at least get to get a call out or anything like that from the listeners?
Hey, I'm sorry. The rules are written as they are written. We call them out when you actually get a critical hit.
Oh, listen to that, listeners. Patrick doesn't care about natural 20s. He only cares about crits.
That is correct. You can roll a natural 20 on a skill check, and we're not calling you out. But speaking of, that's your turn as you moved and attacked here. This one's looking pretty hurt now. About half of its mass has been slothed away from a couple of hits. Xenia, you are up next.
Yeah, Xenia's going to pretty much maybe fly a little bit forward, but still way up in the air, and fire at this other cube. Can I try to identify it just for funsies? Again?
No. You can try again after the combat if you have access to your computer or something like that, where you can look up things in Spoogle. But during combat, you just get that one.
All right.
And that one that you rolled, unfortunately, is not going to help you.
Nope. All right, so I'm going to take a shot with my laser pistol. Ooh, CR 4 or lower on the trick.
That is successful.
Okay, good. And 24 on the attack.
That is a hit.
So that's a total of 6 damage.
And that is fire damage.
Yes.
That does seem to affect it.
Good.
Bingo bongo.
And there was much rejoicing.
It is looking really hurt as we come back to you, Jibber, back to Trest, who is now feeling a little sluggish, feeling a little sick to your bug stomach.
Mm-hmm.
You are weakened by this thing.
So
you can tell.
So the weekend is just for Constitution, right? Not for attacks and stuff. Okay, got it.
Yeah, almost nothing else is affected right now.
All right. I hear, Jabert hears what Patrick is saying vis-a-vis stepping back. Trest, don't know about no science facts. He's going to cut this thing in half.
Oh, you can attack and then move back. I'm not gonna call you for metagaming that. Like you're feeling hurt. You're feeling unwell. Come on, attack.
They probably covered radiation in bug school, or
are you doing a single attack or a double?
That's what I'm trying to decide.
You hear a whisper psychically tingling your antenna. Go for broke.
All right, yeah, we'll do two. We'll do two.
That whispers the GM.
Yeah.
Patrick always has our best interests at heart.
With -4.
Pretty sure that was the Forever Queen Hylax.
All right, good thing I've got another one coming.
All right, yeah, that 5 on the dice is not going to do it. I'm very glad you did double attack.
14 versus KAC.
That is a hit, and you slice this thing in half.
Yeah!
Okay. That was dangerous.
Oh man, I didn't have any resolve left.
No.
Don't relax too much, guys, because there's a lot more crates, and there were already 2 of these things in crates. You know he's got more of them that are gonna pop out.
I was gonna say, first things first, we gotta smash those other crates and make sure there's nothing else coming out of them.
Oh no! First things first, we need to not smash the crates at all.
Yeah,
maybe take a rest
just
first.
build ratters. The dwarf is on the ground screaming in pain, you guys.
That's fine. Let's run out of here and lock him out the airlock.
Zinnia will take care of the hurt person, or try to.
Is there a med bay on this ship? Can Devasho scoop this guy up like a baby and take him somewhere else?
There's not a med bay, but you basically have a makeshift science lab set up in your galley below deck.
We should leave someone behind to just watch over the crates, or we can lock down this room.
I remember that 12 hours later thing. I ain't going. I am not staying here.
Well then, I mean, I guess Devasho is partially undead. He's probably the best to stay here in case there are more. I just feel like I don't want to just have us all leave this room and then have these things get out and just start wandering around the ship.
The dwarf is screaming like, please don't let me die like my cousin Dervor Creel on the ground. He died before even getting to be voiced by the GM. He did. What a world.
I mean,
can we airlock everything that's in this room?
That's
Like take all the people out and just airlock all the crates?
Yeah.
I mean, there are stairs leading down into the. There's no door on the stairs, and the stairs lead down into the power core. So
there's an airlock immediate south of this room. There does seem to be a lot of stuff in here, including the collection of UPBs that you guys have pulled out of the hangar bay, and now there looks to be weapon parts and things on the ground. While you're taking a look at this, make me an engineering check.
I have a question about this. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that there was a glass-like substance on the floor. Do we know what that is?
That's a great question. I think it might be glass. I'm not sure.
I didn't know if it was like some sort of transparent aluminum radiation-proof stuff that was keeping these things in check.
So with that engineering check, you can actually tell that as you guys are looking at the crates and things here, there does seem to be a lot of material and very useful objects, but the remains of these oozes, the liquid is kind of almost evaporating, and you're left with these little cubes, these little kind of crystalline cubes, and you can tell, looking at these, that these are basically aligned to work as UPBs. In fact, if you do kind of drain this deck a little bit and clean up all the shots and things, this is going to be, from both of them, if you take the time to drain the remains, basically, and clean them up, 800 UPBs. 400 from each, I should say. And Zinnia, if you afterwards or take some time to look these up, these were indeed radioactive assembly oozes. Assembly oozes that could have been recaptured and are basically like a matter printer. People load them with UPBs and they can print out things. You put in a gun and it'll like continuously print out copies of that gun. But yeah, these things indeed were radioactive, and boy howdy do I love running these encounters. Super dangerous. Very happy that you at least one person had a electric weapon, because they are indeed vulnerable to electricity damage. Miles, you did 18 points of damage that round.
Wow.
That was 18 points of damage on how much initially?
12. Yeah, because it's 1.5 times. But yeah, they only have 22 HP thereabouts. Yeah, it was down to about 4. And as you're kind of sifting through here and taking the dwarf away for medical care, you also find some other useful items among the crates. A Stalker assassin rifle from the Starfinder Armory, and a suit of graphite carbon skin armor. They are broken down into pieces, but you can reassemble them together.
Is that light or heavy?
Leave light. You can take a look at that as and there's also, you find a stash in a crate that is labeled emergency medical supplies. But as you open it up, if you're trying to get something to help poor Brattlebur, it is about $1,000 worth of recreational drugs.
Hey, baby!
That's how we smuggle them, baby.
All right. I'm digging that.
Bliff blorfs and cribble crabbles.
Now, is this something that we could sell this on the black market for a different cost than just selling it?
Well, we certainly could if we were unethical, but as members of the SDF, we must return this to the authorities. Or airlock it right now. I'm gonna start pushing it into the airlock.
Or you can give it to Raz. He'll get a nice turnaround for you guys. It'll take some time.
Yeah, we have a criminal on board.
for him to push it. But
no, Raz is doing so well. He's coming so far.
He's Jesse Pinkman, and you know it.
if you take a moment, remember your SDF training, you know that you get kind of a bounty for bringing back contraband and destroying it. So if you are able to make it back to an SDF garrison or outpost, you would be able to basically get a voucher for what it would be worth on the black market. Brilliant.
Or we could turn this into a pleasure cruise.
A real pleasure cruise, if you know what I'm saying. We're flying through the drift high and low.
All right.
You got any Bliffeldorfs? Be a lot cooler if you did. Oh boy. Anyway,
I feel like season 2 crew might have been down for that.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
My prologue for this book of you guys screaming as you pull. I guess Browburst's the only one really injured here from the cargo bay was not as frightening as I thought, because no one had to deal with radiation disease like sickness. Jabert, really good that you double attacked that turn, because if that thing had come after you,
right? I would have just 5 foot stepped back, and I knew that it was just gonna step up and just eat me.
Yeah, what was the radiation range on these things?
For the medium, just 5 foot.
Okay.
The medium radiation, which is the one you guys are affected by. The low radiation is 10 feet. But your armor, everyone has, I believe you said your armor environmental protection's up as you went into this room, so all good there. So you guys want to take Brattlebur back below deck to be treated?
Yeah, to Zennia's makeshift lab, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, is your plant pet child is it like hidden in there?
Yeah, I think it's in a cabinet right now.
Yes, excellent. Okay, so you can bring him back in there. I'm gonna show you a roll for these live. He did have a couple of round of exposure. He's a hardy dwarf, so he's got a bonus to fortitude. So I'm gonna roll these. Okay, no. He was at least in the poison effect for a couple rounds and failed both of those. So goes down the track. Yikes. Comes after weakened. Impaired. So he became impaired, and he will have to roll and see if he can beat the disease. He does not. As you get him back up there, you can tell that he begins like projectile vomiting, and his like beard hair starts falling out in rough patches. And he says, "Oh, I can't believe they got me. Those disgusting oozes, they got me."
He's not dangerous to me, is he? Like, is he contagious?
No, once you actually kill those oozes, their radioactivity kind of ceases. And once you're outside of the aura of radiation, you're clear of the poison. The screaming attracts the attention of maybe some other evacuees who start coming up down to the command deck in Xantos. You can hear him yelling over the crowd from outside, and he says, "What was that thing? Are we safe? What attacked you all?" It
was a strange ooze, 2 of them in fact, and they seem to be radioactive. Dwarf here is not doing so well.
He has a name, Rebecca.
Brettlebur Bilgebredder, something like that.
Oh, I'm dying, but that's still very offensive to my people. I can't pronounce my name, lass.
I tried.
Brattlebur.
It's the Strix tongue. I can't form dwarven consonants very well. I apologize.
Sprouts, Xantos will come right up to you and says, "What was that thing? Are we safe?"
For the moment we pierced, we're in the clear.
What was it? How did it get on board?
That I don't know. Looks like someone's been smuggling some contraband, and these gelatinous creatures might have been one of them.
Do you mean to tell me you all didn't sweep the ship before we boarded it? I thought you all cleared the entire hangar bay and the ship before you called us down to embark. How reckless and haphazard are you, SDF buffoons? This man could have been killed.
I'm sorry. Would you rather of us let you have Would you rather of us let the swarm have you? because they were right on our tails. We didn't exactly have time for a tip-top cleaning.
We've had plenty of time over the last day. I can't believe it. First we lose an entire day of travel, and now this. Passenger Elliot Stilts is right there, maybe Kalor Gishy, and they're like, what? Lost a day of travel? What do they mean? Has something happened to our flight plan, Captain Sprouts?
Nothing you need to concern yourself about. We're on course and we're fine.
It looks like Brattlebur is going to need a good deal of attention, but this disease is like a once-a-day thing, and we can roll for it as we continue on. But you guys are like out of danger now. You're able to go back and you can get the weapons, the armor, and the UPBs, and kind of clear out the rest of the cargo bay as you go.
So were those things affecting our course? Is that why we were off? The radiation they were putting off?
As you go back and look at them, it seemed like they had plastic enclosures inside the crates that they just ate through over time. It seems like they just got through them, maybe an hour ago. Not a long time ago. It has been, you see bits where it has disassembled and kind of reassembled into UPPs, different parts of the crates and some weapons. Zinnia, after you look these things up and maybe with Xantos's guidance, can tell what these are, and the fact that both of them were about to undergo mitosis, and we would have had 4 of these fun things.
Yeah, but that's a lot more UPBs, right?
Well, once they use the UPBs for the mitosis, so no.
Oh.
A lot less, actually. But you can, breed these things up and just feed them matter to make more of them.
I think Xenia would speak up and with the kerfuffle in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Xantos, we can fight all you want, and maybe we SDF soldiers aren't doing what you would have us do, but make yourself useful if you want to criticize the way we're doing things. Mm-hmm. Can you help me with the dwarf?
I will be in my lab synthesizing some pain medication, perhaps, for him. If he is indeed contracted radiation poisoning, though, I'm unsure how much it will be able to help. But if we're not able to get him back to Altranius in time, get him proper medical care from a facility, you know as well as I that he may die. He'll also kind of give this same spiel to you, Sprouts. And I can tell you guys out of the game as well as in game. Right now he has basically a flat roll for fortitude, mm-hmm. and the DC for each of the days for the radiation poisoning is 17. So it's hard. There are things that you can do to give them like full bed rest and med care that can give them a little boost to that, but it's still very dangerous. In a matter of days, he can go to debilitated. What's the next step for the disease? I think there's only a couple more steps for death, unfortunately, for radiation sickness.
Trust is in the clear now, though, right?
So Trest only had the poison. You are indeed poisoned until you can rest again.
That's going to happen. That's going to happen right about now.
Yeah,
one way or another, that's happening right now.
You've got the weakened state. So that's going to stick with you. But I think once you rest, that goes away. But that's like one of the only ways to get rid of it, which is pretty. I guess I think remove radioactivity. The spell might get rid of it too, but that's
right.
Pretty high level, right?
It's. I think it's like a level 1 or 2 spell. Mm-hmm. So.
But yeah, if you rest up and you guys can go about that now, as the craziness of that fight is over, and you can, if you want, you can pick some more downtime stuff. If you want to divide up and rest again. Surprisingly, I was really worried about one of these things going after Devasho and just like messing them up completely. But I think with some of your new powers, Tyler, you would have been the best choice. What's your fortitude save right now?
That's a great question because I just changed it. I should know this. +6.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's pretty
plus
good.
10 with your armor bonus. So, but yeah, if you guys have something to do, or if you want to talk to anyone, Does anybody besides Tress just want to immediately go into to sleep, to rest?
I'd like to rest for RP mostly. I mean, I'm good on SP and HP, but really need some resolve.
Yeah, Sprout's probably, because I mean, he didn't really get a full sleep before any of this happened, and he's had to deal with Xantos for the last 36 hours, and he needs a break.
I will say I'm going to start putting you under sleep deprivation, which I think you're affected by as a plant if you don't get some bedtime.
Yeah, so he needs some sleep. Perhaps a plan to shoot Xantos out the airlock would be also good. I think we might need to work on that.
Maybe in your downtime you can
plot his demise.
Your dreams of
the downtime activity, plan assassination. But
before he heads to bed, he is gonna ask Zinnia if she knows any other way to make better time, since she's kind of the pilot of our crew.
Improve our course now that it's set?
Yeah.
So you have it set. If you are worried about someone altering it, you can try to make a computer's check to do like a lockout code.
Well, so Sprouts doesn't know that much about piloting, and so he's hoping there might be some trick, some maybe, again, because he doesn't know, like something he could do to power the propulsion to make the ship go a little bit faster, because he knows now we're on a clock so that this man doesn't die.
Well, I think physics are physics, and there's not a whole lot I can do to make things go faster, but I can prevent what happened earlier from happening now by trying to lock down the computer, lock down our course so that we don't get off track again.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a computer's check if you want to do that. Now, do you want to Zinnia herself keep this password private, or is this something you would share with someone else?
I'll share it with the captain.
Okay.
That's it.
What's the password?
She'll share it with the
captain.
captain.
It's a lot of characters. I don't want to. It'd be very boring to listen to on an audio podcast.
Owls are the letter R. Cool, KEWL.
That's probably about it.
So go ahead and make
just as burb life.
What was your computer's check?
22.
Okay, so yeah, basically someone's going to have to beat a DC 22 check if they want to come in and make alterations to the course. So Devasho, you didn't really take much damage. Are you going to take an extended bridge, I guess, duty while the rest of the party sleeps?
Yeah. I think I'm just going to take an extended watch somewhere, patrol around, make sure people are calm, take care of the passengers.
Okay.
Hold on. Can Zinnia, before she heads off to bed, tell Devasho if he's staying on the bridge, keep an eye on Xantos, make sure he doesn't mess with any of the computers.
I would not know if he was messing with a computer or not, as I am terrible with these electronic devices. But if he does something suspicious, I will certainly make you aware of it.
Thank you.
I've had to monitor screen time for my children for years.
Yes. Some of my youngest keep watching the same online show over and over again. It drives us crazy. The opening song is a particular annoyance to me.
Have you guys heard this Baby Shark? Let me play it for you.
Anyway, so you guys can rest up, those of you who are. Let's see here. Let's go through. Rebecca, by the time you wake up, Zinnia, her new pet is psychically screaming through the walls, in your direction, just very needy. Where are you, mother? Mother, where are you?
I do not like this thing at all.
I'm not sure I do either. Zinnia's going to try to love it. It's like an annoying toddler. Okay, she'll go check on it. Do I have all my RP back? If not, I'm just going back to sleep.
Yeah, the next day you guys can. We'll fast forward for you at the very least 8 hours, so you're able to rest. As it comes back within visual range of you, it peeks out of the cabinet and says, there you are, mother! Have you thought about an identifying name for this corporeal being? I was thinking of naming myself Zoltrak, Destroyer of the Multiverse, but I'm open to suggestions.
I think we're going to go with, how do you feel about Amy?
Amy! Destroyer of the multiverse! It is decided! That will fit me well.
It's short for amygdala. It's a noble name.
Ah,
I
yes!
hope you will live up to it.
That sounds very smart indeed, and it rolls off the tongue, mother!
I'm glad you like it, sweetie. Oh gosh, I just called it sweetie. Gross.
Yeah, oh, that's really...
It is as maybe shrill and annoying as it is in your mind. It is able to help you while studying your swarm samples you pulled from the battlefield of Susquehaln. While you're studying, though, just something nags at you. Besides Amy, the plant computer monster, it sounds like just a far off voice at the edge of your hearing, and you look down, and the crystal you got from the Temple of Hylax is glowing slightly and is slightly warm to the touch. Do you think Xenia would be able to focus on her scientific studies if she has this enigma around her neck?
I think she would be intrigued by its warmth. Is there any way that she can detect why it would be warm to the touch?
If you had picked a different class, Starfinder class, yes, there's a very easy way to do that. But besides, doing a great deal of study on this thing or getting outside help, it is indeed very mysterious.
I think she would. I think she would probably see it as any of her other, any of her other samples, even though this one is different. She would probably keep it locked in a cabinet. But yes, I think it would be distracting, and she would probably take it off, at least for the time being.
While this is happening below deck, perhaps, Trest, after you rest up, what do you think you'll be doing? You feel like you have flushed the radioactive toxicity from your system, but I don't know, maybe it leaves you like extremely hungry or something the next day.
Yeah, that seems probably likely. I feel like I haven't stopped to eat in a while, so I'd probably
been taking care of other people first.
Yeah, now we got a little chance to breathe. I guess I'd spend maybe most of the day just like resting. I imagine, even though you get over the radiation, it's like a real bad hangover.
Yeah.
So I probably just got there's a pack of peas to my forehead.
Yeah. No, you can. We didn't talk about it, but were you gonna see if you can like heal your own wounds? Did you get into any HP damage or?
Yeah, I've still got some right now. Right now I'm only down 3. I feel like maybe I've just got like a few like cuts and nicks here and there.
Well, if you rest, you will get 3 back. Are you factoring that in?
Yeah, I'm still down a little bit. And so,
okay,
but it's just a few cuts and bruises. It's not a big deal, and it's I'd rather have the healing on hand in case somebody else gets injured.
Sure. So this is like the convalescence downtime, but for that will heal you up if you want to just spend like 24 hours resting all the way. But during that time, while across the hallway in the galley, Xenia's messing with this crystal, there is a rap on your quarters, and Zelenon kind of sees himself in to check on you.
Yes, Zelenon, come in, please. Have a seat.
I was hoping for a word, Cousin Sheeran, in private. Once things have settled down a bit, may we converse?
And I look around. I presume I'm in this bunk with, or in this place with 3 beds.
Yeah, but if unless someone else wants to rest the entire day, I imagine
I'd probably in there alone. Yeah, I say, of course, close the door and speak your piece.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, Trest, I remember you. I was a younger acolyte, stars in my eyes, many years back, and I just joined the station there at the Temple of Hylax on Clutchstone Ridge. I'd worked my way up to that role
part of our tasks there annually were to initiate young children that had certain gifts. Did you ever come to the temple for that, the test known as the calling of her voice?
I did indeed. My parents brought me there when I was but a young cricket. Probably.
Yeah, wouldn't it be hatchling? It'd be
like a
podling
larva.
Yeah, it's a pupae.
When I was a wee pupus.
Zelanan kind of like nods sagely and psychically continues as, oh, yes, I remember you now. Yes, most of the young ones who came all the way up the mountain to the temple, they already knew that they had those gifts, but I remember one host who got there, we administered the tests, and you touched the Kucharn stone of the voyage, like all the other initiates. And I remember a young one who I believe could quite clearly hear the voice of Hylax, but you told us you heard nothing. Do you remember that?
It's been a long time, but this seems familiar. That sounds like me.
I personally believe that Hylax's voice can be heard by all Sheeran in whom's hearts freedom dwells. But her voice is louder in those with the calling. I have the calling, and some of my ancestors had it. It is her will that touches our minds and our souls, but having seen you in combat and here on the ship the last few days, well, Trest, I believe you have the calling too. You have the calling of Hylax inside of you.
Listen, Father Zelanan, I appreciate your ministrations, but I have not been clear with the church in many years. I think you are looking for someone else.
I mean, turn your back on her as much as you'd like, but I mean, these are gifts, these mystical powers. If you are not following the path of the Forever Queen, how is it that you manifest these gifts?
The Forever Queen has turned her back on us, Father.
Oh my, no.
She has turned her back on us, and these powers are nothing but a manifestation of latent psychic energies from deep within us. Nothing more. Simple science.
That makes a lot of sense. Hearing you say that, the sword you keep at your side, that will not protect you from your enemy's Trest. If Our Lady teaches us anything, it's that is the weapon of the swarm you carry. A sharp mind will beat a sharp weapon, and an unbridled soul will conquer anything that our enemies can sling at us.
That's very nice. That's very nice, and I appreciate your words. But this sword is what has kept us all safe, and I will continue to wield it.
There is something else for you. I know. I will pray on you to our Queen Trest, and she has plans for us both. But until you realize that she has, and she forever will be a part of your destiny, I don't know if you can achieve your goals, my cousin.
Well, we'll just have to see how things go.
He kind of gets up to leave, and will make a healing kind of gesture of Hylax over you as it was spread around the ship that you got pretty badly hurt against those assembly oozes, and will leave you to rest.
I'll give him sort of like the SDF salute, which is different from the Starfinder salute. Like I'm imagining it's just sort of like a fist on the chest, sort of.
How dare you!
Like, oh gosh, I know what that means. I've been watching the space YouTubes.
There's no Starfinders here. Excellent. As we go through here into the next day, I'm not sure when Devasho wants to rest next. Do you think you'll go like another 24 hours before trying to sleep, Tyler?
Nah, he'd rest normally.
You know what that means. We're doing the normal rules for your fun disease that we get to play around with here. Make me a fortitude save. It's
oh boy, I rolled an 8. That's a 14 plus 1.
And for now, I'm going to call that good because I think we're just at DC 14. But even if you had failed this, we'll just double check it after we wrap up here tonight. You didn't take any damage in that fight, right?
Nope.
So you can, even if you fail on days that you have full RP, you can spend 3 RP now and basically succeed. So we don't have to go into dream deal or no deal nightmare mode. If that makes sense.
But it's so much fun, Patrick. Why would I not want to do?
Well, I've got it prepped. If you want to just go ahead and say you roll the 1, that's fine.
Oh no, I'm not gonna choose to fail this time around, buddy. I'm taking the success. I think even maybe now that the battle is past and Devasho has had time to reflect on kind of what he's done, what the decision he made.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would kind of be worrying himself and maybe even seek out the advice of Zelanan at some point. Doesn't have to be right now during the voyage, especially since he might be talking to Trest, but I think he needs guidance. Would seek guidance.
Yeah, maybe when you do go looking for Zelanan, you can like hear him in Trest speaking to weather in fairly low tones inside his the bedroom there. Let's go to like the next time a Sprouts Marlowe and an Echo 7 are on the bridge together. Let me make some rolls here. Oh, good. All right. So, go ahead and give both of you guys give me a perception check.
All right, if I must.
That's a 24 for Echo 7. Echo 7.
That's a 14 for Sprouts.
Yeah. So thank goodness, Echo 7. Now that you are all aware of the situation, you can tell that, like the next day, about 24 hours later, the ship starts to change track. Like it's always making like imperceptible slight movements as it's heading out, but it starts like moving in the opposite direction from where it was going. And taking a look at the piloting, the course that is set into the computer, it has been altered again at some point. And almost as soon as you make this realization, there is an alarm that goes off on the command deck, and the computer is saying that the ship's sensors are now glitching out.
Of pronking course.
I think Devasho's tech illiterate because Tyler has no idea what's going on either. So this makes it real easy.
Yeah, no, Tyler, you've laid back in the cut on just about all computer stuff for the entirety of Cosmic Crit.
Oh, dude, season 2, that's all I did. I just had my tentacles deep in every computer we came across. It's nice just to.
I don't need about your tentacles being deep in anything.
Maybe I'm thinking of engineering. Yeah, you were the computers one in season 2.
Devasho, Bumfuzzle and Nikithi kind of traded off on the computers deals.
But yeah, Echo 7, are you heading back there now to see if you can get things fixed yourself, or do you want to wait for Xenia to get on?
Or maybe wake Xenia up. Or
yeah, let's radio Xenia to get her out of her bunk, and just Echo 7's going to go on down there because he's getting a little tired of this nonsense.
Sure. So we'll do a quick scene with an Echo 7 and a Xenia. Getting to where this needs to be fixed is kind of a difficult procedure, as you don't see like anything wrong with like the computers and stuff on the outside. So you have to like rip open a bulkhead and kind of crawl into a Jeffries tube type situation. You know, very cramped quarters, and you're like pulling circuit boards out of this behind the computer. But it is there. Why don't you make me an engineering check?
Both of us?
Either of you, yeah, or you can aid one another. Probably a little bit easier with Xenia there.
Yeah. It's a 22 for Xenia.
It's a 15 for Echo 7.
Sure. So once you're through and you're looking in there, this doesn't seem like normal ship damage. You see frayed and cut wires, as well as kind of like a fried short circuit damage. It does not seem kind of random. It seems very targeted for the ship's sensors, like someone crawled in here and purposefully did this to you.
And are we still on the command deck for this?
Yeah, this is like the back corner of the engineering bay where the power core is. But this is linked to the ship's sensors.
Okay, gotcha.
Do we have any security camera footage of who's been in this room or anything like that?
No cameras. Raz Jungat indeed has been in and out over and over, trying to get that half rank in engineering, at least trying to earn his half rank.
But he just keeps going to the galley for snacks, and he doesn't really do much work.
Patrick, this is Drew talking, and if this turns out to be Raz doing this to us, I am gonna end the universe.
Raz is doing his best, Drew.
I believe in Raz.
His level best.
I periodically come in and give him a high five, just to let him know I believe in him.
Doing my best here, boss. Boss Bug.
Great work. Really proud of you.
But yeah, you guys can fix this. It will take a little bit longer to fix this system, because it does. I mean, this has all the hallmarks of intentional damage, so sabotage.
Is it possible? Is it possible to use the ship scanners to scan our ship?
Unfortunately, without a great deal of reconfiguring, no, not really. They're blasting outward.
It'd be nice if we could scan the ship and then get like a life sign count and then match the life sign count up against the known count of the people we have. Also, you said it was really difficult to get back there for a medium-sized creature. Maybe easier. Are there any of the passengers?
Happers.
Well, let's just kill all creatures.
Happers, the little Trinier is small. I think technically the Ishtar Decimar might be small, but they are kind of towards the end of their pupation period, so they're actually very large. Well, not large, but like bulky, as they are about to enter their cocoon phase to turn into a beautiful butterfly.
I think we should start interviewing people. I mean, I know that I'm still in my bed, but if anybody calls me and asks for my opinion, I call back and I say, when I get finished with this nap, I'm gonna have questions.
Well, how about we just fast forward to the next day where you guys can fix that and bring this information to Sprouts. Xantos hears about this somehow, and he's like, word spreads fast on this ship.
How does the word spread fast? If we kept it to ourselves, the only way that the word is going to spread is this dude knew about it ahead of time.
Because he
Xanto
didn't.
Raz is like, sorry, guys, that was me. I tell everyone on the top deck everything.
Raz, you're grounded.
Oh, come on! I gotta have access to the engineering bay to get that rank, guys. Oh, come on, please. How about if one of you teaches me? That'd be helpful.
Teaches you how to shut up.
Anyway, Xantos will once again tell you, Marlo, it's like you need to be interviewing everyone here, including your own people.
You need to be backing off right now.
Is there any specific action anybody wants to take here? I know things are pretty loosey-goosey on the ship. You've got a ton of evacuees right now that have access to a lot of different areas.
It would make logical sense to have all passengers confined to quarters. Restricting access to certain parts of the ship would allow us to further control what is going on. It is a dire necessity, but it is one that we must do to confirm that it is not one of the people that we are aware of on this vessel causing this issue.
Xantos agrees. He's like, that is the first smart thing any one of your squad has said. I agree.
I would first start with Xantos Loachwurt. You are confined to quarters.
What? No, I'm talking about the rest of this hoi polloi.
Trust is earned, sir, and I have not earned yours, nor have you mine.
How can we trust you all when you're the ones that got us into this situation?
You do not know that. You are not aware of that. Now get to your quarters, sir, or there will be trouble.
Is that the final word, Marlo? Does this one speak for you, or do you just ride him around like a dog?
I'm sorry, I thought you were supposed to be in your quarters.
He walks off in a huff. The rest of the evacuees.
Starfighter salutes all around.
The rest of the evacuees are kind of stunned as well. Are you guys keeping Brattlebur on your level?
I mean, he's got.
I'm gonna go.
He's got that. He's down with the sickness, so we've got to kind of. I mean, he can be confined to that room. I don't think he should be allowed to freely roam the ship in his condition anyway.
Oh yeah, no.
Can he even get out of bed?
Well, let me make that the next day's fortitude save, and we will see. Oh, boy.
Oh no!
Natural one. Yeah, so he is now basically bedridden, is unable to get up, and his beard is almost completely gone. You see like lesions forming on his face, and he's only able to get
I love that you're describing the sickness of a dwarf based on the quality of his beard.
Yeah, well, he's mostly bald up top, but he's got a full brown bush beard. Sorry, I was including the convalescence bonus and some medicines that Xantos Loachwurt is able to bring up, but unless anyone else has any spells that can make one reroll a natural one, unfortunately he's going to go down another level.
Not a witch warper.
I don't really have anything for him.
Yeah, and this is the physical disease track.
I can detect affliction.
It's radiation poisoning.
That's right.
I already know that.
I look at him. I look up at Zinnia and I say, "He's dead, Jim."
Actually, no, he's only failed a couple. So he's only, I think, at impaired or debilitated. I think impaired. There's actually a lot more on the physical disease track than I thought. There's like 7 steps, so it is very possible to get him back in time. Right now, you're like only a day and a half away from Ultranius, if nothing else goes wrong. Speaking of nothing else going wrong, basically 8 hours after you've got everyone quarantined on the top deck, the passenger deck, there is a large klaxon that awakens you. Those of you who are resting, those of you on the deck, it is blaring throughout the Terminus Wilds corridors, just about every place on the ship, and all of a sudden the lights go out. The usual kind of motion activated lights are just failing to respond, and you're only getting a dim red emergency lighting along the floors and ceiling. The siren just cuts off as soon as it begins, and you guys hear over the comms system a staticky kind of silence that's broken just by a
I'm going to the bridge. That's where the PA system is, to my knowledge.
You get an immediate comms call from Xantos. Says, "What's that? What? Is someone messing with the computers right now?"
I'm on my way, Xantos. It's under control.
It doesn't sound like it. The lights are all out.
It will be under control. I will put it under control.
Xantos, clear comms. There are more important things happening right now.
Also, someone get someone to look at the comms. Block Xantos.
Midnight Squad to the bridge. Midnight Squad to the bridge.
Yeah, you guys can all assemble there, and when you do, why don't you go ahead and make me a perception check?
On the bridge, like inside?
Yeah, well, as you guys hear and kind of see what's going on.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Some very high 19s, 18s, and we got a 1 and a 5.
I think that's a 30 for Xenia.
Jeez. This is actually
it's dim.
This is auditory, as those of you who rolled well over 22. Whatever or whoever that was being broadcast over the ship's intercom, it sounds like a weird, ethereal, otherworldly laugh. You do not believe it to belong to any of the evacuees.
We got a ship ghost.
It's another haunted ship. Come on.
Another. You were on.
Oh, right. I forgot our Halloween special for a second.
2019?
Who we gonna call?
18? Right, so it seems like the power on the entire ship is out. We are indeed in dim light. You guys are all on the bridge. What do you want to do?
Well, if the electricity is off, wouldn't that point to a problem with the power core? In which case, we should go to engineering? No?
I mean, I think we came because the comm systems, we assumed it was on the bridge or on the command center. Were we dumb to assume that based on it being on a ship? Or
I mean, that's what I'm asking. So I think Xenia would check things out on the bridge and see if it's a problem that she can fix from here, and if not, head to engineering.
As you guys are on the bridge, it seems dark. You don't see anyone else here. It's just the five of you. And then back in the galley, there is a weird plant monster in the cabinet, and the dwarf who's feeling, I guess, pretty sickened in like a small cot.
Zinnia's plan seems sound.
Yeah.
Wait, what character is sickened Smallcott?
Brattlebur Bilgebratter of the Brunoa Bilgebratters. He's sick on a small cot.
It might be wise for us to make an announcement to the evacuees to not move and stay where they are, and we're going to do.
We already did that.
Yeah, they're locked in. They
Right, but
can't
now
get
there's
out.
yes, they're supposed to, but they have no idea what that was when everything was normal. Now there's a klaxon and an alarm and dim light, and they have no.
So does anybody disagree with going to the engineering bay?
No,
right now?
engineering
Okay.
base.
Okay, let's start walking.
You got a comm unit back from Raz and says, I got everyone under control up here. I'll be in engineering in just a minute to make sure the power gets back on.
No, Rez, stay where you
Over
are.
and out. Got it.
No, Raz. No,
so-
my favorite NPC.
Who's opening up the door to engineering?
I'll do it.
Great. It is indeed lit in there only by the dimness of the power core that seems to be powered down. As soon as you open those doors, though, oh boy, I need everyone to make an initiative roll.
Xantos, we need you in engineering.
We've decided you're probably not the one.
Oh no, I just want him to get eaten.
Oh, I see.
Oh, good.
You got what I need. But you say I'm just a friend. But you say I'm just a friend.
Drew, what was that?
You don't know that song?
No.
Oh baby, you
Wait, you don't know that song?
you got what I need.
Whoa, stop. There's an awesome gold devil sitting right here.
All right, calm down.
I called it.
Calm down. We have rolled initiative, and that's what you see as soon as you pop open here, Tress. You're immediately walking inside.
Yeah, I just
yeah.
I hit the door and I walk in like sword over the shoulder.
Yeah, this is what you see. This little guy.
Oh no.
What
Yeah.
in the pronk is that?
It's like C-3PO and a space goblin put together.
Yes.
Oh,
Space Gob 3PO.
That's
And
a great
also-
description.
And also sort of like the giant computer from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series.
Deep thought.
Deep thought, yeah.
Yes. And it is indeed kind of flying around. There's a few of them in the engineering bay. And as soon as you walk in there, can you make me a reflex save, Trest?
Ah, dang it. 3.
Natural one. Immediately before the door is a giant grease spit.
Oh.
You fall prone immediately. And I will put that on the map now.
We need to get one of those like Looney Tunes like wee 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 sound effects for this.
I'm going to call that as our surprise round here. We are going into initiative turn order.
I land on my butt and say surprise.
Oh boy. First in the turn order is Zinnia.
All right. Zinnia is hovering above the ground, is going to come inside the room.
Flying straight over my grease trap.
Yep, indeed. And
dare
is going to target the nearest 3PO goblin thing. Can I identify it? Do I know what it is?
A great question. This is indeed going to be a mysticism check, though.
Mysticism, probably not, but I will try. It's a 20 to identify.
Oh boy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, you got this, actually. These are small ship glitch gremlins and are nuisances on many starships. They are a fey creature, and with that roll, you can find out 2 things about them. Nope. 2 things.
Does it have any special attacks?
Special attacks. Besides, it does indeed have spell-like abilities. It has a couple of things under its offense category. Besides a acidic bite, acidic and piercing bite, and a wing attack with its small little cute wings. I didn't notice this until I started prepping this fight. It also has the attach ability in case you want one of these little monkeys on your back. Yeah, we're never going to get enough of attach. One of my favorites. What else would you like to know?
Let's see. Do they have any resistances?
All right, good question. Yes, indeedy. Besides immunity to fire, cold resistance 5.
Immunity to fire. That doesn't bode well for my laser pistol.
Oh, it does not.
Yeah, so Echo 7's weapon are a cryo weapon and an azimuth weapon. Bronk!
All right,
Bronk.
let's start this combat, everybody. What does Zinnia do with that knowledge?
Right. Well, knowing that, there's not much point in shooting at it.
Stay in your weapon.
I could I have? I guess I had to be in the room.
Make that knowledge, yeah.
To make that knowledge, so I can't then move again.
No, I'll allow you to have a standard. If you want to use your standard to move, you can.
No, I'm just going to stay where I am, but I am going to pull out my baton and also notify all of my crew members that, fire and ice ain't gonna do much.
It's so nice.
It once again, Sprouts Marlowe to the rescue next. The turn order, and you're right at the door there on top of Echo 7.
Yeah, so I can just look at this one and take a shot at it, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty unobstructed view as Trest is prone on the ground and not standing between you and it.
All right, so Sprouts is going to there is one kind of on the western side of the room, and Sprouts has a perfect view through the door, so he's going to take a shot at it.
Once again, don't let me forget, let's be honest here. It is dim light, but you have low light vision, so
yes,
no problem there.
All right, that's a CR 10 or lower, and 11 on the attack.
Against straight EAC, that's a hit.
Woo. All right, that's a total of 7 points of damage, and he's flat-footed.
Oh, geez Louise. This one looks very hurt already. Jeez, stupid Sprouts and his electricity pistol. Why'd I write that into book 1? That is going to be your turn if you're sticking on Echo 7, and
yeah.
Echo 7's next.
All right, Echo 7 and therefore Sprouts are going to take a guarded step, or just move technically, because I want to draw a Mark 1 frag grenade.
As your move action?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I left it on the wrong thing. There we go. So we're going to ready a Mark 1 frag grenade and toss it into the room. Are these guys flying or are these guys on the ground?
They're both about 10 feet up in the air. All three of them.
I didn't see this one over there. So the frag grenade has a 20-foot range. Is there a place that I could hit both of them if I landed it? Would this place work?
Yeah, right between them.
Yeah.
We'll do.
And we're going to make that good old-fashioned grenade toss.
I think it's right outside 1 increment, so I think we're looking at a DC 9.
Oh my god.
Good. Get it, Drew.
Yeah, pretty good grenade range.
I hope these things have terrible reflex saves. Just for you, Drew.
It's a 10.
Excellent. That will explode right between them, so get both of them in there, but 1 point of damage rolled. Ooh, minimum damage. No special ways to get out of damage, though, so they just both...
Wait, I'm sorry. That was 1d1 die. That can't be right for this.
You've got the macro incorrect. No, is this just a standard Mark 1?
Mark 1 frag grenade, yeah.
Okay, that'll be a little more effective if you roll the correct damage dice. Go ahead and roll that now.
Just 3.
Okay, this first one that
Sprouts hit.
Yeah, that Sprouts hit has failed his save, so it's going to take that full damage, and the one behind kind of ducks behind the power core, which seems to be completely malfunctioning, but it is going to dip behind it enough to where the power core is going to take that damage as well, and it's only going to take 1 point of damage. Great. That is Echo 7. Trest is next on the ground, unfortunately.
All right. Well, I'm going to stand up and try to regain some of my dignity and spin one of those good old-fashioned RPs you hear so much about. And I'm going to standard action. I'm going to drop a I'm going to sort of reach out at some of the mechanical sort of pieces above the I don't know, up in the air, and I'm gonna sort of like pull those down with my mind, and they sort of start to click and clack together, and they make like a little like robot looking thing that sort of like starts to like coalesce into some sort of a tiny humanoid. And the tiny humanoid points a tiny gun at
no.
At let's say goblin who's gotten attacked a few times.
The one that is the one that's looked really hurt.
Yeah, that one.
All right, so it mischievously is like laughing until a summoned gun-toting construct pops up behind him. It's like,
clang, 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 clang.
This could be bad. Go ahead and so it's got a range attack.
Yeah, it's got an arc gun.
Oh no! Electricity damage.
And we're gonna say, let's say double attack from this guy.
Oh my! Oh my!
Oh, we're fishing. We're fishing.
Yeah, we're wishing for a fishing. So -4. Oh no, that's not gonna do it.
All right, first one is a 1. That's a miss.
Good thing I rolled twice.
Double attack Jabber is what we need.
Good thing I rolled twice.
Oh, natural 20. Now for that, they are crittable. They are crittable. I'm pretty sure, which means I'm gonna shout out another one of our flanking buddy Patreon subscribers. If you want to get a shout out on the air, like John Civillo, thank you, John, for supporting us for almost a full year of Cosmic Crititude. Join our Patreon. We have some new stuff coming I'm very excited about, which actually, when this episode comes out, will already be published. Some extra content that was voted on by the fans. Dear goodness gracious, our forever queen Hylax, how much damage is this, Jabber?
6 points of electricity damage.
Ouch. Ouch. That is enough to blast this thing into smithereens as you see little sparks and bits of code and fairy dust sprinkling all over the entire rim. It's dead. Woo. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That was a clutch decision.
Yeah, get around all these.
I'm getting to use like every single one of the summons that I prepared. Yeah. And I'm like very excited about it.
Excellent. That is Tress' turn, which, oh boy, thankfully, finally means they get to go. They're, I'm not gonna lie, these little guys aren't great. They do have very fun abilities. I think this one's got to go. The bigger and meaner of the three in the back here moves forward, and this is indeed the art off of the cover of Alien Archive #2.
Oh, that's dope looking.
Tyler, you called this like last episode. I think it's like, is there glitch gremlins in this shit?
Well, it looks like the electric gremlin from Gremlins 2.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what it is. I love there's actually 3 different versions of the art. The cover and 2 inside. The cover is my favorite. It's like, it looks like it's made of electricity, and this one is like scraping a hand along the outer casing of the power core as it moves up towards almost everyone except Devasho. And can all of you please make me a reflex save? Boop. No. We are talking DC 14 here.
Oh, man.
And we have
These
failed.
dice are slow tonight, too.
Failed across the board except for Zinnia. Yay, Zinnia.
Yay.
Whoa.
Well, are
Be
any of
super
these
excited about
mind-altering effects, paralysis, poison, polymorph, sleep, or stunning?
Oh no. This is a classic spell I think we've had here on the podcast before called Overheat. And a cone-shaped burst. You guys are you feel kind of energy being sucked out of the power core and redirected in your direction. Everyone's taking 2d8 damage. Zinnia is evading it all. 10 points of fire damage.
Yowzers.
And it's
Asian
just
is nice.
radiating in your guys' direction. That is that one. This guy is, I think... actually, I'm gonna roll randomly, see what he does. He does have someone that is kind of threatening in his direction, but they have directions of what they're going to do. He's going to go the low road, and he's going to try and kill this summon Trest. So we'll move. I guess he has to kind of move up on to it or next to its square, because it's small and your construct is tiny, and it's just going to make a bite attack. They're both kind of the same, but bite attack. What is your KAC?
12.
I've rolled a 6 and I have missed. Grand. Good.
Oh boy. Thank goodness.
Wonderful. So yeah, it's going to be just right next to your dudes, and that is their turn because we've got one dead one already. Devasha, we are on to you. Back in the hallway, it looks like.
Yeah. I'm in an interesting position because everybody and everything is in the way.
Well, this looks like a double door, so you can maybe get through it.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, you can move through the door, but there's not a lot of
three
space.
Yeah, there's not a lot of space on the other side, and I threw enemy squares. So that guy is kind of in a really ugly position for me.
Yep, you can move through the grease. I will say it requires a DC 10 acrobatics check, and the area is basically difficult terrain.
Okay.
So getting up in that room will probably be most of or all of a full turn, maybe potentially 2. What's your movement?
35 feet.
Yeah, so I don't even think you'd be able to get in there past the grease without doing a double move.
I have a sneaking feeling that if I double move this turn, they're not going to make it to my next turn.
No.
Let's go to Graviton. Let's move up a ways. And while I'm moving up, I'm going to take out that singing disc that I have. And we're just going to fling a sonic object at this blue arcing demon.
The one that just burnt your friends.
Yeah, and we're going to try and just defeat it with some sonic power.
Make me that attack roll.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, my goodness, no.
Just because I'm in charge of the audio, I'm going to give my a little...
Ladies and gentlemen, they reached deep down into their bag of tricks and pulled out a natural 20. Boom shakalaka. That's what you call a cosmic crit. Kaboom!
Kaboom indeed!
Kaboom!
Another critical shout out to our Patreon subscribers, because that indeed is going to be a hit. Thank you, Paul Fields, for subscribing at the Flanking Buddy level and above.
Thank you. Well, I have great news. That's 17 points of sonic damage.
Ooh, sonic damage!
Really?
Sonic the Hedgehog damage.
I believe I'm going to have to check here.
Yeah, they spilled all their rings.
Yeah, that's chili. That's chili dog damage right there.
Yeah, when it like buries itself in the outer casing of the power core as its electronic head just kind of like falls off. A little flashing electric sign says "Game over" where its body once was. Yeah. That one's dead.
Devasha reaches out and the disc just shoots back into his hand.
Whoa! Hey, I didn't know you were the range expert in this party.
With thrown weapon?
Yeah.
Strong boy strong.
Your D4 thrown weapon. Okay. That is turn 1, if you can believe it or not. Turn 2, Zinnia, we're back to you.
Can I fly over the power core in the center of the room?
No, it's kind of connected to the ceiling here.
Okay.
The area I have marked in red is kind of like impassable.
Right. Okay. Zinnia is really mad that these gremlins have been messing with her stuff. Meaning the, computers and stuff, and making her look bad, frankly. So she's going to move right up to this gremlin and yell at it to keep its paws off of the equipment, and is going to take a thwack at it with her baton.
Okay. You just calling out in common at it?
Yeah.
It seems intimidated as it sees you coming up. It's like, oh no.
So CR 9 or lower if it's dim?
It is dim in here, yeah.
The attack is only an 11.
So 11 against its KAC, flat-footed, correct?
Yes.
Oh, that's a hit.
Oh, good. So that's going to do a total of 5 damage.
All right. The second little bit of damage on this one. Back to Sprouts Marlowe.
Can Sprouts hop from Echo to Trest?
I'll allow it with a simple acrobatics.
I'm encumbered.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, fall down on the grease again.
So from where he is, I guess the same would be for an acrobatics check. Can he jump kind of into the room off of Echo to avoid the grease?
You could hold your turn until I move in because I'm planning to move to the exact spot you're planning to move to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to do, either one of you will have to. Someone's going to have to make that acrobatics check.
All right. Then I'll hold my turn until Echo goes.
Well, Echo's next. So Drew, give me that move acrobatics check.
Okay, so so I will make the acrobatics check.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, baby.
I mean, you're dex based, right? So you got this.
It's a 21.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, even on a 1, I think you passed that. So you're able to slowly move through. It is difficult terrain, but you just want to move like 10 feet inside.
We're going to just move 5 feet diagonally.
Yeah, so you do have to move past Trest to get through here, but that is your move action. What you got for a standard?
All right. So do I have the capability to draw a weapon while I'm doing that?
Yep.
All right. We're going to draw the hail cannon because I know that these guys are at least partially damaged by it. And we're going to take a shot.
It does half bludgeoning, so make that half the bigger half, and you might be off to the races.
That attack roll. Apparently that attack didn't roll. Sorry. Okay. I feel like this 3 times.
We might have
We're going to get 3 attacks.
lag on Roll20 here, yeah. A lot of people use Roll20.
Nope. I just didn't click submit. I'm an idiot. Sorry. That's a 16 to hit.
Against its KAC. Oh, that's a hit.
Yeah, baby. 9
That's a
damage.
hit. So, on a 1, 2, 3, the majority of that will be bludgeoning. Do you want to roll that d6?
I'll do it.
So you want a low roll here. Oh,
It's a 3.
can trust you. So that's 5 points of bludgeoning. That does get through as the cold is going to be absorbed. Okay. This one's looking really hurt now. And Sprouts Marlowe, you have moved in with your comrade.
Yeah. So
Last few
Sprouts is going to take a shot with his static pistol and hopefully take care of this old gremlin. That's a CR 15.
That is a success on the trick.
The attack of 10, which I guess makes it 11.
Against EAC, that's a hit.
Yes. For a total of, with the trick, 7 points of damage.
That is enough to blast this thing to smithereens.
Yes!
And we are out of combat. Not a lot of missing going on this combat. I should say we did get, just the single miss from, I think, this construct.
Yeah, from the inevitable. Yeah.
I forgot to mention that shot does go wide, and these guys have a little ability that it damages a random system in the ship when a shot misses. I forgot about that one. That one is going to glitch out the weapons array.
Oh man.
Oh no. Oh.
But besides that, the rest of this room isn't too in disarray as. Looking around, there's little bits of these digital gremlins, being illuminated by the flashing lights. There's maybe some coolant being vented from the weapons array over there, and the some broken glass and carbon scoring on the power core. But amongst them, their disincorporated bodies, you find a couple of looks like they were wearing as anklets around these gremlins' legs. Mark 1 rings of resistance, 2 of them.
Oh, thank you.
And
there might be some rolls and fights about these.
It's at that moment that, of course, Raz Jungat comes running down the stairs from above deck he's got his manual of starship repair under one arm and his coffee in another hand, and he sees you guys covered in grease and burn marks and with multiple ships systems glitching out, and says, "I step away from the power core for a minute, and you all destroy all my hard work."
Yes, we thought you were becoming too proficient, so we gave you a greater degree of challenge, Raz.
Don't worry, Raz. We didn't think you worked very hard.
Well, you guys, I can always count on you to to help me get through my engineering courses.
It's only because we believe in you, Raz. And I fall down again.
Trez, you kidder. I just got one thing to say about that.
What's that?
Oh, it's to be continued. Oh, oh goodness gracious. Oh, these things are ridiculous. Hey guys.
Hey, Patrick.
You survived a grease trap.
Did indeed.
Yeah. The other fun thing that these guys didn't do, which is cast the spell Hold Portal, which is just like shutting the door behind you and like locking it. But like most of you were already inside the room at that point, so I was like, I think
a real force wall situation could have been created. What I mean.
Well, I was about to say, Devasho would be like out of this combat. I'd be like, I'll see you guys later.
Again, Devasho, the perpetually outside of combat.
That's what happens when you roll a 2 for your initiative, and then everybody goes and fights, and then it's like, oh well, I'm just back here because.
Yep. 2 on initiative. That's going to be it for this episode. A little long one, but you got through a lot of what's ailing this ship. But is this journey over yet? Oh no, of course. We still got a ways to go before Ultranius, and we will see you guys then when we play next week. Thank you for playing with me, everyone.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
Listeners, well, thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great week.
You too.
Yeah,
Good
Good
night.
night.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Cosmic Crit. This episode has been made possible through a sponsorship with Roll20 and the backing of our Critamander fans on Patreon. Thanks again and have a great week.